Welcome back, everyone. So we're going to look at another replay analysis. This one was just me open hosting and getting a guy joining that's a 300 level player. This is the opening hand. Icy is a great corp. Doesn't really work that well with a lot of the cards here, but at least it works with geothermal, and we have some event synergies, so that's something. Looking at the hand, I have two big power cards that I have marked as S tier in my tier list. So NRA, Giant Ice Asteroid. So these two are kind of my key strategies of the game. So I should find things that work with them. Plantation helps work towards NRA, so I think Plantation is a keep. And because of that, I think Lagrange also is a keep to help turn on Plantation. Then investment loan, I think, also makes a lot of sense, especially as IC. And I think the rest of it is just not really aligned with the game plan. So let's go ahead and grab the cards here. These will just have to wait because they're not efficient enough, so goodbye. And my opponent's credit core. Must be nice. Just go ahead and play the geothermal power. My rationale is I'm just going to go ahead and let some of the energy roll over to heat. He could energy tap me, but I doubt he's going to have energy tapping and PSC, so we'll just develop a little bit here. And he opens with Earthcat. Okay, that is a good start. Luckily, he only had 5 cards, so now that he's down to 4, at least it's not a full hand. He opens with Research Outpost, so bam, -3 right off the bat. And at this point, I'm like, is this where you go and propose to abandon game? Because that is quite the strong start. He also opened with 2 S tier cards in my tier list, but hey, I have NRA and Giant Ice Asteroid. He's only down to 3 cards, so I just have to pray no card draw, and we'll have to see how this game goes. And oh my gosh, what is this? Okay, so 2 more S rank cards join the fray. Herbies is good, but it's not as good as these. I think you have to take Deimos just to have more control of the heat in the game. My opponent has -3. I want to get out of the game. I don't really have heat control right now, so I think you got to take Deimos to help move the heat track along. I'm very sad about not getting insects, but it is what it is here. At least I have NRA. These are pretty decent cards. I take Designed because it is the science tag to help turn on Plantation. Small animals, obviously very sad to pass back, but I do need some plants to kind of push this game pace along. And Herbies does wheel along, so that synergizes well with Designed as well. So I take those 3. Pumping is too expensive, for those of you wondering. Yes, I have Steel. No, I don't think pumping is the best use of that steel. I don't know where kelp and moss and algae are, so until I know where they are, I don't want to just be putting oceans down, and I already kind of want to use Giant Ice Asteroid along with Deimos to get 3 oceans down, so that means I'd have 6 at most from the aquifer pumping, and so it's just value. I don't think it's worth it. Okay, so he plays NRB. NRB is fine when it costs 3 less, but at least it means he doesn't have much power cards in hand. I just go ahead and slap down the Designed. That way I get some plant prod coming, get some lines towards Plantation and Giant Ice Asteroid, and getting conversions. He plays Artificial Photosynthesis for 1 plant, so right there is a clue to me that he is not necessarily the strongest player, because usually you would want to do the 2 power, because otherwise you're paying 15 for 1 plant, and that's just a bit much, I think. Though I guess in his case it's 12 with his discounts. But anyway, yeah, I don't like the 1 plant there. And so these are interesting. I am IC with 15 steel with 2 power, and I see a strip mine, so I think you take the strip mine here. And then I get optimal arrow breaking with 3 space events in hand. Don't mind if I do. Of these, I think Physics Complex is more likely to be a problem with helping him turn on potential draw, because remember, I don't want him to have draw, and if he has AI Central in his hand and he's looking for that last science tag, well, I don't want to give that to him. Predators could obviously be a problem for my herbivores, but that is a future threats problem. I think I need to make sure that I don't get the science tag to him here. And I get mine back too. Sweet. I'll buy all 3. Go ahead and develop with strip mine, and go ahead and get mine down as well. So production's looking pretty good now. And he does Callisto Penal Mines, so he doesn't have much in hand. He's just playing whatever random garbage pops in there, which, to be fair, when you're credit core with -3, random garbage becomes fine. This was, 20 mega credits for 3 production and 2 victory points. Not bad. 13 is a fairer price. So 7 for 2 points at this stage of the game, not terrible. But yeah, not the best place, which is the only thing saving me, because -3 already is pretty scary. I just pass, not going to rush out the rest of it. So this is interesting. Obviously, Quantum is really nice with my science. Trans-Neptune Probe can help turn on AI Central if he has it, so I'm kind of reluctant to pass that. But, Quantum's good too, and then Greenhouses is a tag for NRA, which is also something I need to consider here. I decide Quantum has the most upside with the discounts, so I take that. And I go, but Probe, because I don't want to give him AI. I might be over worrying about AI, but that's my decision there. And then he gives me solar wind power, so what this kind of tells me is I don't think he has AI, otherwise I don't think he'd be giving me that card. I think you have to take protected HABs here. I have Deimos down, Giant Ice Asteroid, and I'm looking to do Nitrogen Rich Asteroid. So HABs are a big deal. I passed them Predators, this protects my herbivores, and the fact he didn't take this science tag probably means he doesn't have AI Central, so I'm okay with giving it back to him. And Greenhouses for the NRA makes the most sense. And I just take those 2. I basically say I don't think I really need the power right now. I think my hand is pretty stacked with the 3 premium space events. And I got the herbivores and plantation now, so I'm just going to go for this plan. So he plays the solar wind power and he's done. I just play the HABs to keep myself safe. And now I'm going to do optimal arrow braking. And I'm done. Okay. So, good cards here. Farming's good when the heat goes up. Convoy is great with optimal arrow braking, and it gets me a conversion. And Lava Flows is nice for kind of sabotaging his city a bit. I take the Lava Flows, and I'm like, oh, well, actually, I think Convoy is better with optimal. And, so right here, card draw. Don't give him card draw, right? He has -3. We don't give him a chance to see more cards. So you have to take that. Farming comes back, which I'm perfectly happy to see, but I make the call that with temperature still at -30 in Gen 5, I don't think it's going to be good enough this game. I have some big cards I want to play. I just go ahead and rip the Giant Ice Asteroid. He's got 5 plants. Let's go ahead and kill him. Go ahead and convert on 2 plants and 2 cards, because again, I'm trying to deny cards from him. And I get Tech Stress and Black Polar Dust. So Black Polar Dust, it's okay. It's not great. Tech Stress actually not bad with all this extra steel lying around. Good way to spend it. But let's go ahead and convert there for 2 cash back on my greenery. He plays AAA, which again, he's credit core, so it's fine. And he gets the NRB value, so, not bad. Still not super powerful strong cards, though. It's just mediocre. I'm done for the gen now. He plays the Fuel Factory. Oh, there it is. Whew. I'm glad that I found it, and he did not. Energy tapping. I don't want to get hit by it, so I'm just going to cut it. The other cards don't do anything. Commercial District, actually really interesting here. With all the steel prod that I have. But, yeah, I'm like a sub-res or commercial. And I decided, yeah, commercial actually makes enough sense to me. But, yeah, I think being able to pop it down here beside the city and get access to the bottom makes a lot of good sense. So that's why I'm taking it here. He plays Comet, so it's a good card. Gets that credit core in the -3. Luckily, my plants are protected, so I don't lose any value there. Puts it on the 2 titanium. Reasonable move. I go ahead and just play the card draw, start looking at cards. It's not too good. He plays the cloud seeding and hits himself. Yeah, I don't know about that. So I don't think my opponent is, like I said, necessarily the strongest, but still, -3 can be pretty potent. So Lagrange, I'm looking for my last science tag. I kind of regret skipping that probe earlier, but what you gonna do? I go ahead and just play Convoy. Just go ahead and get the cash and the heat back. I hold off on converting because I want to get the temperature bonus. And there's the last science tag I need. So that's what I'll take. Though it's quite good with Lake Marineris, but what you gonna do? I think I'm a little surprised at the wife pick. I think it makes more sense to take Cupola in that scenario, but if I had to guess my thoughts, he just played the colonizer train. No, I drew that. He has 1 Jove played, the Callisto Penal Mine, so just cut that from him as to avoid playing around Joves. I don't know. I think this was probably not right. I take sponsors? Really? I'd take Lake today. Like, yeah, it's some production, but yeah, I mean, he has -3, so it's fine, but I am more scared of him having Lake than I am the sponsors. But whatever. We all make mistakes. I just take the Dev Center. I don't think the rest of the cards matter. He has 6 plants again, so I'm just going to blow them all up here. Get the cash back from being icy and from optimal arrow breaking. Go ahead and draw my card. I will take Advanced Ecosystems, thank you. And he plays Soletta. So Soletta is a good card for Credit Core. I'm not convinced that Gen 7 Soletta is that good for Credit Core. But hey, I'm glad he knows that pushing TR is a good strategy for him. Tech Stress actually coming in clutch. While I normally don't like the card that much, it is giving me the power I need for the Dev Center and the commercial and the AI, so happy to have it. Play the Dev Center, play the loan. It gets me the money I need to play AI Central. Go ahead and start drawing. And Media Archives, Lunar Beam. Media Archives is nice. And we pass. So MedLab, pretty insane, but Noctis Farming, really good for NRA here. But I think MedLab is better for the production here. Okay, well, I'm going to take the Lichen for the NRA because I have protected Habs. I can't get hit by virus. Then Noctis Farming comes back, just as I planned. I'll claim that was all planned. Because Robo is pretty, a card that would be pretty nice for me if it came back with the Med Lab, which was part of the rationale there of, okay, if he takes Noctis, I get Med Lab Robo, which can't be too upset about that. So, a bit of a coup, get those 3. It's a very good result for me. They play Advanced Alloys, Quantum Extractor, so they are pursuing science here. And I think it was around this stage of the game, I don't remember if it was this game or not, but he typed "holy" in the chat, which to me kind of says you found Antigrav, because he has the -3. Maybe I'm misremembering. We'll see. It's been a couple days since I played this game. So Arctic Algae is a great pickup. Helps me get that online for the NRA. He funds Thermalist. Yeah, I think you got Thermalist, buddy. That's fine. I get Tech Demo from my Dev Center. That's quite nice. And he gets a TR from NRB, pushing the heat along. So I'm at 33 TR. He's at 26. I should have good progress towards getting Terraformer. I should be good getting Gardener. And I should be good getting Planner. So I'm looking at a milestone sweep here potentially. Water splitting plant's not something we want. He plays Robo Workforce on the Fuel Factory. Yeah, not a fan of that play. But if you have Anti-Grav, it's defendable. So I play the Med Lab. I'm happy with that. I think grass makes the most sense here for just continuing to develop plants within RA. Junior Pear is fine for him, certainly, but Magfield's also pretty good for him. He gives me viral enhancers, which, yes please. Then go ahead and cut the Junior Pear back. He took the Magfield. And I just buy the 3 cards that have science tags and bio tags on them. I think Junior Pear may not be so good in this stage, but what can I say? I'm a little too greedy sometimes. I think today I would not keep the Junior Pear, but I think it's not the worst play either. I go ahead and convert, get my planner. He does play the anti-grav, so he got his -5 engine assembled. So -5 is quite good, but you need some card draw to support this -5. He does get a greenery though, so that's nice for him. I go ahead and just claim all my milestones. I'm concerned that there is a way that he could somehow steal it from me, so I'm just going to go ahead and claim it. I think that is probably too overly conservative. I think the better play was to have developed my plant tag and played nitrogen-rich asteroid, if I could have afforded that, which I think I could have, and forgone all these claiming of milestones. But when you're having to make decisions in the moment, sometimes emotions win out over the cold hard facts there. So he does play Cupola though. So knowing that he has Cupola, that means that he could standard city mayor next generation and get mayor. While it's not exactly the best play, it does kind of justify my decision to claim all 3 milestones. So we'll go with that. But I think it was probably better to develop an array rather than claiming a milestone. Floating's nice. CEOs is fine. Scarpment's not that good. Look at the card. Fish? Yeah, I'll take fish with viral enhancers and heat moving up. I go ahead and just raise heat. Alright, well, certainly like Dome Crater, but also Creticore Standard Tech. I decide that I don't like the idea of Criticore Standard Tech, though Dome Crater is quite good for him. In retrospect, I think I would have taken Dome Crater here. I think Dome Crater is better than the other cards in this situation. Restricted area makes sense. Again, we don't want to give him card draw when he has -5, so we get rid of that. Radkim is points. And I just take the Radkim. I already have AI Central, Dev Center, and Business Network. I don't need to pay the extra on the restricted area. So I'm showing some restraint for once. Then he plays Dome Crater, gets a point there, gets his cash, which his plants, which allows him to convert immediately, so that's quite good for him. Puts it down there. So that's where I'm going and saying, yeah, I think passing Dome was a mistake. I think I let him do the standard tech, standard greenery line, and that's fine, whatever. I think shouldn't have given him Domed. But I now get to play Plantation at least, since he got the conversion and get the bonus heat. And that is my 3rd plant tag. Yes, I know I missed out on Viral Enhancer's value, but my rationale was that I can only exactly afford NRA, so it makes more sense to just play the NRA as opposed to trying to get one more plant here. Power Grid and Heather. Heather's completely fine. Sabotage is nice. He plays Shuttles, so he has more discounts on space. He's got -7, or so -9. Nope. One day I'll get it right. Minus 11 to space. Quantum, shuttles, mass is 6, and then these 3 are 5. So minus 11 to space. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I go ahead and sabotage him though. Say bye to your cash. He one actioning, I'm one actioning. He pays 3 titanium and 1 cash for ICS. Pretty good. Though I don't really recommend playing your point cards at this stage of the game. I would wait on that. So Business Network, Import of Advanced GHG is kind of cute when I have optimal arrow braking, but I think that NRA is still, so exactly set here that I just need to play it. He plays Permafrost Extraction, okay. So oceans are moving along. That gives me Arctic Algae value, which I'm happy about. And I just start selling some cards because I don't want to give him the bonus ocean here with his 22 heat. He raises heat. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I can take the heat bump because I have Tech Demo and I have Nitrogen Rich Asteroid, and that's going to get me 6 heat between the two of them to get me up to 8 heat. NRA raises the heat, and now I can take that bonus ocean, so I'm quite happy about that. So I play Optimal Arrow Braking, I get Mangrove and AMC. Mangrove is great. I don't really care about AMC that much, but maybe I'll find the time to fit it in. So I play NRA, I get that, now I get to raise heat, get the bonus ocean, I take some steel, because I do have that commercial district that I would like to play at some point. I decide I'm going to put it there for 6 cash, basically saying, yeah, the points, whatever, 6 cash is better. Now I get to play the flooding, hit him for 4 cash there. I just go ahead and take 4 cash as well. I think at this point, money is my limiting factor, so I just want to get as much of it as I can. Play the viral enhancers, that gets me enough for another conversion, and I just start selling off some cards. Play the heather with the viral enhancers. And I pass. I don't do my other conversion that I got because I have herbivores in hand. I want to play herbivores and then start converting. These cards don't really matter. I think since he has titanium and such massive discounts to space, you're supposed to take Phobos Space Haven. Media Group, you sure would have been nice a while ago, but Ice Cap Melting is pretty good for us in this position because heat is very close and there's 2 oceans remaining still. As funny as it would be to play Molehole Area to fight him on that Thermalist fund, I think I'm just going to let him have Thermalist, and I'm going to prevent losing it in power, which would make it harder to play Radkim. But I have Power Plant, so it's not a huge deal if it were to happen. So just Ice Cap for me. The other cards don't make any sense. I go ahead and just draw. You never know. Maybe I'll find something better. And I find Open City and Capital. Nice. That's a great way to spend my excess steel here. And I go ahead and fund Landlord. I don't think I can end this generation. And I'm basically saying, yeah, I got Landlord under lock and key. You can't take that. And I don't want to give you the opportunity to fund Banker or Scientist because I'm not certain I could fight you on those. And he plays the Molehole Area? Yeah, I don't know what to say about this one, ladies and gentlemen. Don't play Molehole Area when you already have all the heat required to end the game. Your Thermalist is just fine. I know I have optimal arrow braking, but trust me, I ain't taking that from you. So that was just a baffling play. Does get him the plant he needed though, but I think I would just standard a greenery, buddy, as opposed to playing Molehole for a plant. I draw. Indentured Workers is great, especially with IC. Extreme Cold Fungus isn't playable anymore. He plays the kelp farming. That's good. He is going to be fighting me on Landlord a little bit now. I guess you could say that the Molehole was some Landlord. That'd be some big brain stuff. He is winning Landlord right now. But I think I'm going to win it in the long run. So I do Herbivores with the discount. Take away some of his plant prod. He's raising the heat, which is awfully decent of him. So now I can ice cap melting, and I can just convert for the 4 cash back. He raises heat again, and yeah, he took care of all the heat for me. Great. That means I don't have to worry about that, and I can just play the good cards. So Mangrove right here is nice because it gives me access to those 2 plants right here. And so I will just do that and get that greenery. And so, yeah, game is basically over at this point. He plays Ganymede Colony, so he was going for a Jove threat, I guess. So I guess my water import from Europa cut made some sense, but I don't know. It's hard to predict what he's doing, honestly. Plays the Mag Field Generators. Fair enough. That card was good for him, I think. I'm just converting wherever now. I play the Black Polar Dust to finish off the oceans. That Thermalist Steel's coming in hot. Speaking of, that is kind of one of the reasons why the score looks so big, is because I am currently winning Thermalist in the game's calculation. I won't be for long. Go ahead and play the CEO's favorite project on herbivores. Probably should have played the fish, or at least calculated if I could play the fish instead, because that would have been better. But do the open city, just go ahead and get 3 points there. And then I sell off the rest. Now I can play the advanced ecosystems, get the plants, draw a card. And sadly, it's not enough to play the greenhouses. I didn't see a way I could afford the greenhouses. I was always going to be 1 cash short. So I sell it off, and I'm sad about my miss on that, but at least I got my plants to 8, so it was fine. I'm always curious to see what the last card would be. Oh, Mars University. Great. Thanks for showing up. My opponent converts there. I don't know why, that's right. It was next to city, so never mind. But yeah, overall 98 to 74. So, you know, my opponent wasn't necessarily the strongest opponent, but I just thought it was a funny game where your opponent opens up with -3, then gets the -5 package, and then gets -11 space with quantum and mass, and yet just the choices in their card quality is such that they're not really able to capitalize on their massive discounts, and then you're able to just kind of run over them with what you've got. But I mean, not like I had bad cards either. Shout out to the Giant Ice Asteroid, Deimos down, Nitrogen Rich Asteroid here. But yeah, that's the game. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if anything more that you guys want to see or have me talk about. And with that, catch you next time.